Welcome to the Upper Valley Haven. I'm Elizabeth DeRazio, and one of the great things that the Haven does here is they operate a shelter, not just as a permanent way of life, but as a stepping stone to a new way and a new future. I'm joined by Renee Weeks. She's the Director of Shelter and Clinical Services, and she's going to tell us how they offer shelter services here at the Haven, but also they're reaching out to the greater community to address homelessness right here in the Upper Valley. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about what the Haven does with their own shelter work right here on site.
So we operate 3 shelters actually here on campus. We have an adult shelter that serves anywhere from 90 to 100 adults a year. And then we have a family shelter where we serve 8 families at a time, but around 35 to 40 families per year. In the past year, 65 children have been housed in the family shelter at the Haven. In addition, about 3 years ago, we started a seasonal shelter. We had found that there was, our shelters are always full. There was always a need throughout the cold season for people to get in out of the cold. So we convert our cafe area into a warming shelter where people can come in off the streets. They stay on a cot overnight. We provide a meal and they stay safe. So that will be opening again in the next few weeks for the season. And
I think it's kind of hard for some of us to imagine when we do have a roof over our heads or we do have heat in our home that there are literally people in our neighborhoods who either don't have a roof over their head or they have no heat, and they're going to be cold or they're going to be out in the cold if it weren't for a place like the Haven to be able to say, no, come here, don't stay out in the freezing cold. It's a reality.
Absolutely. Our capacity for the seasonal shelter, we go up to about 15 people, but last year we averaged 9 people a night.
And one of the things that the Haven, I know, has been trying to do is you really try to address homelessness as an issue within the community. You're really trying to stop that cycle. Can you tell us a little bit about some of those initiatives and things that you're working on? Absolutely.
We really believe that homelessness is a community issue, and the Haven cannot solve homelessness on its own. We've been working with a group in Lebanon, the Upper Valley Housing Task Force, to help house a group of people that were camping over the summer. And everyone in that encampment has been either housed or offered housing since we initiated that group about 2 months ago. So it's been really successful in working with community partners to pool our resources, to help find housing as efficiently and effectively as we can. And working together as a team in the community, that's really what works.
And that is something, homelessness affects everyone, whether, we know someone or maybe we don't, but to understand that in our own community, there are people that really have hit that level. You don't think you can get any lower. But that Haven offers services here to help people out of that. We've been learning that over the last couple of weeks. But also the work you're doing in the community, you're trying to, I understand, do some work with veterans coming up. There's some work to try to offer them more support.
Yeah. We've had Getting Ahead in a Just Getting By World program, which is built on the Bridges Out of Poverty concepts, and a program we offer for professionals in the community. Getting Ahead is for people who are experiencing poverty. It's open to people who live in the shelter, people who live in the community. We've been doing that program for 4 years now. Have had over 100 graduates. We've expanded the program. We currently have a group running in Claremont, New Hampshire, and we're working with the VA to start a group for veterans at the VAMC here in White River. So hopefully that will be a new endeavor starting in 2017. So, and that helps provide people skills if they have housing to maintain their housing, and if they don't have housing to tap into what resources are out there so that they can get housing and sustain it. So it's been a valuable program to people.
I want to thank you, Renee, for all the work that you do every day. And if you hear some of these things that they're doing here at the Haven, ask yourself, could my company or could my group of friends perhaps donate some time or some money to help them continue their work? The address and the phone number at the bottom of your screen, and consider helping the Upper Valley Haven as they help people in the Upper Valley and now even expanding into the Claremont area work their way out of homelessness into a brighter future.